Welcome to another episode of A Critical Hit with your boy, yours truly. Today we'll be talking about a subject that is never talked about. And I think it's mainly never talked about is because motherfuckers are scared to talk about it. Let me turn the music down for a second so I could just collect my thoughts. Uh, First, I want to just kind of do an introduction on male masculinity, or just masculinity in general. And we'll be, talking about other subjects as well, but let's just start off with masculinity. What is it? What do you define it as? I define it masculinity as basically doing or saying whatever the fuck you want to do at any time without any worries about outside opinions, you know, looks, chatter of any sort. Just kind of just saying fuck all of that and doing absolutely whatever the fuck you want to do at any time. So when we talk about masculinity, it's always attacked at every angle, it seems like. Um when I was a kid, I used to get bullied for being goofy or like wild or like free. It seemed like everybody around me wanted to be cool, and they just ended up being fake. And I was bullied for a long time. And I don't mean like a long time, like every day. I mean like a long time, like my whole life, for being or saying or doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And it was very annoying because people had their perception of me, expectations that I was supposed to fulfill, or like I was supposed to fill out a resume for all of their bullshit that they wanted to put on me. And I was very hard-headed. So, I didn't follow any of that. And I was very talkative in school, and I was very goofy. I was very weird. I was wild. Not wild in the sense of, just fucking up shit, but just wild in the sense that I was very indirect with pretty much anything that I wanted to do. So, now I'm grown, and it's like I still have to face, the stigma of what masculinity is. And it's like, I feel like straight males are always questioned for basically they get hazed almost by every single male, older male, woman, or friend for, so-called gay shit. Every single time we do something that's a little weird, it gets seemed as gay. And I hate that because it's disrespectful to gay people. When you break down gay shit, what is it? What makes you gay? If you like men, if you like dick in your mouth or dick in your butt, that defines you as gay. Not wearing pink shirts, not talking with a high pitched voice, not being a little freer, not being flamboyant. So it's like, where is this coming from? Where is this shit stemming from? I think it's stemming from insecurity. Because that's what I noticed as a kid. It's like when you have the freedom to do or say whatever the fuck you want, whenever you want to say it, you don't feel the need to be like, oh, that's gay, or like, oh, this or that. Like, you don't feel weird. They feel weird around you. And that's not your problem. That's not your fault. Because when you're by yourself, you don't give a fuck. So when you go out and you be by yourself and people say, "Oh shit, this guy's weird." You don't care, or you care, or you fake care. You you don't want to get hurt by their opinions. But you end up getting hurt by their opinions and getting hurt by yourself because you choose to be fake. And you hurt yourself. And when you go back home, you're basically like, fuck, why the fuck did I do that in the first place? I shouldn't just did what I wanted to do. And then, there's a great saying out there. I heard it from Alex Jones. I forgot where he got it from. But it's basically like, when you're being yourself, or when you're being honest, when you're telling the truth, first they laugh at you hard. Then they fight you because they basically say, "Oh shit, who does this person think he is, being himself, being all awesome, enjoying himself at all times?" So they fight you and they throw insults at you and they try to bring you down to their shitty little level. And when that doesn't work anymore, when they're done laughing, they're done fighting, usually they're crying after that. Usually they're crying. And you won. You win. You win the game. And you go do whatever the fuck you want to do whenever the fuck you want to do it. And it feels great to be whoever the fuck you want to be. Whenever the fuck you want to. Be as weird, loud, crazy, goofy, period. That never feels bad. Ever. Ever. Never feels bad. Feels bad for them. Because they're too scared to do it. Some of you are too scared to do it. And that's okay. Because here's the thing. You're going to get tired of being fake. You're going to get tired of not being weird, not being yourself, not being quote unquote gay. You're going to get tired because, gay has two meanings. One means you like the same sex, and the other meaning is you're happy. You're happy with your life, and you don't give a fuck about what people think. So people are going to call you gay. Men, they're going to call you gay. I'm pretty sure they call women gay too. I'm not sure, but it's pretty much the same thing. It doesn't matter. But if you're a straight male, they're going to call you gay. But gay means happy. But let's make you a little bit more uncomfortable, and let's just break down what gay is. As I said before, you're not gay unless you like sucking dick, and you're a male. So everything else that you do as a male is not gay. Unless you like kissing men and, you're sexually attracted to men. If you're not any of those things, which there's nothing wrong with that. I don't give a fuck what you do with your mouth. I don't give a fuck what type genitals you put it. Whether it's dick or pussy, I don't give a fuck. And neither do you. You don't give a fuck what other people do. I mean, most people cringe when they see people kiss. They're like, ugh, go in the fucking room. Like, bruh, get y'all. I don't want to see y'all slobbing on each other. That shit's trifling. So why the fuck would you think I care or somebody else cares if, you guys are fucking each other in the butt? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Because it's like, that's none of my damn business. I don't give a shit. I could give a fuck less. So, when it has nothing to do with that, and you're just being yourself, and people call you gay, I just think it's ignorant. I just think it's stupid. And another thing, masculinity, they claim it to be like fragile, and I'm avoiding the topic that I really want to talk about. But I'll get to it. They claim that masculinity is fragile. Like, you hear the term like fragile masculinity being tossed around like, you know, a brand new frisbee. It's not new. It's just or toxic masculinity. That's the one they love. That's the bone everybody likes to pick. You know, men just being men and women hating it because women ruin everything. Every bit of fun that men actually have, they ruin it. Every single chance they get. But we're talking about men right now. You know, masculinity has nothing to do with what people think. So does femininity, but, you know, different strokes for different folks. I'm not a girl, so I can't entirely speak on that. I can speak on masculinity, though. You know, it has to do with doing whatever the fuck you want when you want to do it and not asking anybody, not raising your hand, basically, you know, to go do whatever the fuck you want to do. And it's a hard thing to master because you're always being tested by idiots, you know, and there's a lot of smart people that, you know, keep their mouth closed and hold their tongue because everybody around them is talking about the same old bullshit. What's the weather? What sports team is winning? You know, just hairdresser barbershop bullshit that nobody wants to hear. Thanksgiving, Christmas, same shit. Somebody's birthday. Nothing. Just bullshit. And nobody wants to get weird. Because nobody wants to get creeped out or nobody wants to get hurt. Which is smart of you to keep your mouth closed. Because when you go to those family reunions, you always find those cool cousins that you can be weird with. Weird as fuck with. And so you save it for those people. Because they actually have a brain. You know. So when you meet new people and you don't know how weird you can be, but 9 times out of 10, like, you know who you are. Whoever you are, you're going to attract the people that are like you, weird like you. And you're never going to have trouble finding those type of weird people. It's like people attract people without even knowing it. But if you're aware, that's 1,000% better. Because not only are you attracting people, but you know the type of people that you want to attract. So it's easy to move the bullshit out of the way. And one of my favorite mottos is basically fuck what you like. Okay? Like is ugh. Okay? And stay away from the ugh or the stay away from that shit. Fuck what you like. Surround yourself in what you love, what you can't stand to not talk about or to not be around. And bring those type of people into your life. You know what I'm saying? The people, not to the point where you're like codependent and you know, you feel like you're going to die without them. You don't ever want to be in that situation. You always want to be self-sufficient and not independent, but, you know, interdependent, meaning you can do with or without that person for whatever reason. I mean, for any reason, you know. So, but when it comes to building relationships, it has to be high quality relationships. And because people love to get in relationships just to quiet their anxiety or quiet their loneliness. That shit is bullshit and it doesn't last. And that's why most people like me or you are so damaged, because you keep going into these 4 or 5 day friends and try to turn them into a whole year or months. And you end up getting hurt because it don't work out. And you trying to make your acquaintance or your coworker your best friend. Nah, bruh. Or your mutual on Twitter your best friend. Nah, bruh. It don't work like that. It's like you have to be surrounded in the shit that you love. Go to the groups that you want to be in. Surround your shit. Like, surround yourself not in materials, but like And the shit that like makes you not bored, or shit that you're interested truly, the shit that you love, bruh. And when people say, "Oh, look at this," like the commercials that come on between, between YouTube videos, those dumbass 5 second skip ad commercials that are so fucking annoying. When people try to come up to you and basically say, "Oh, look at this, this is so amazing. You like this?" And people are going to do that, and you always have the decision to say, "Oh, that's nice," or "Oh, that's okay." But really, you should be like, "No, that's stupid. Fuck that," in your head, not out loud. Don't be an asshole. Unless, they're being annoying. Then, please take the opportunity to be an asshole. Be honest. An honest asshole. Because we're all honest assholes. We just put our feelings to the side because we feel like it's better, but it's not. When you're an honest asshole, people will respect you. They won't fuck with you. They won't try to fuck with you. Because if they do, you're going to be honest. And that's why I feel so good to be an honest asshole. Because you'll still have bullshit in your life, but you'll be honest about saying fuck that bullshit. And, when everything is in black and white, but there's a clear definition between the shit that you like, it's nice, and the shit that you are a fanatic about. Like, you're like, you can't stop talking about it, can't stop thinking about it. That shit, when you go to work or you go to school and it's all you're thinking about, whether it's porn, whether it's food, whether it's like games, whatever the fuck it is, you can't stop thinking about it. Or something that you want to do with your life, something that you want to create, whether it's music or just art, that shit that's in your head 24/7, 25/8, like the time in between the times, that's the shit that you need to be talking about. Okay, so that's common sense. Here's the thing that I really want to talk about. I want to talk about some fucked up shit because I feel like 9 times out of 10, the conversation that I be having in my head is niceness, and I hate niceness. I really do. So I'm gonna expose myself. Maybe not myself yet, but I'm gonna expose some people that don't have names, but I'm still gonna tell stories. And the story is basically, it starts off like this. You hear the term, some people are born gay. You hear that? I've heard it before. Lady Gaga basically blew that shit up around 2014, 2015, or 2013, something around that range. And I've always questioned it, but I knew it was dumbass shit. I knew it was absolute fucking bullshit. I knew it. Because I had to think to myself, I've never seen a gay baby. Have you seen a gay? I've never, ever seen a gay baby. Never. Have you? Have you ever seen a baby come out the womb? Hey, bitch. How y'all doing? Have you ever seen that? I know I haven't. Never in my life. So where did this whole gay baby shit come from? And I was doing some research. Well, not some research. I don't do research on gay babies. That's not what I do. What I basically did was, just look around, because I'm a studier of like human psychology, if you will. I like studying humans. People watching. I'm very nosy, super nosy. It's my mom's fault. I like studying people. And I came across a video of this psychiatrist, and he's basically saying, you heard the term born gay. People aren't born gay. No, they're not. Usually, we try to protect our kids or children from horrible people because we live in a imperfect world, but we can't protect them from everything. So we like to say, certain things to protect, kids, but shit still ends up happening. So before I go into it, fucked up shit happens. Shit happens. You can't save everybody because when you try to like baby a person or hide them from the like helicopter parents, helicopter moms, you can't really do that, or the person becomes scared or weak of the world, or against the world. They become a cuck, or they're scared of everything, and that's dangerous. You can't raise a person like that because they won't be able to handle real life situations. So the way that you handle real life situations is you tell your kids, or you tell a kid, hey, that motherfucker, if he asks you to pull your pants down, make sure you don't do that shit. Don't be a dumbass. He's a freak. He will, molest you. And it happens, you know. So the whole, I remember, and this is one of the reasons why I was kind of on the wall with it, because I remember in elementary school, I remember this guy named Edwin. Um, he was a very attractive kid. Like, he was more than the cute kid. He was a beautiful kid. And he was a dude, so I wasn't gay for him. But as a straight male, you gotta have those not gay thoughts. I didn't have any gay thoughts about him, but like, you have those moments where you gotta like shudder away for some males that are just so fucking attractive. You just can't really look at him for too long, or you're gonna get lost in those in his handsomeness, or whatever you want to call it. Every straight male deals with it. It's just a part of life. But this kid named Edwin, he was kind of different from the other boys in terms of, he brung a purse to school, and he wore makeup, and he talked really high, and he hung out with girls more than the average boy did, which I saw no problem with, because I was hanging around with girls too, you know. I see no problem with that. But he was hanging around in a different way. Fast forward in backtracking into what I was talking about, back to the doctor. And the doctor, the psychiatrist, he does child psychology for children, which is pretty much, he's an expert on the situation. Basically relayed, kind of explained the situation on how kids or people become gay. And there's several ways they become gay. The first obvious way is they have a gay experience. They have sex with it, or they have a sexual experience with the same sex, and they end up liking it, and they become gay. And then you have rape. That's also how people become gay. Let's say, my worst fear is me going to jail because I know I'm getting raped. I know I'm getting raped in my butt. There's nothing I can do about it. It's like those people in jail are gonna fuck me, and that's why I'm trying to stay out of jail. I don't want to get fucked in my butt. It's common sense, and that's every straight male's number one fear. Um, so prison rape, that's another way that you can become gay. And then there's the third way, which is the unspoken way. Most of the time, people don't want to talk about it because it's extremely fucked up. And that way is child molestation and rape. It happens in schools, it happens in families, it happens by strangers, it happens. And there's nothing we can fucking do about it. So there's a difference between molestation and rape. Molestation is, they touched you and, on your private parts, and you got molested, dog. They touched your pee-pee. And there's nothing you can do about it. You might not necessarily turn gay, but you could, because it's a traumatic experience. But that traumatic experience is nothing compared to rape. Because there's a difference, and the difference is, if you go to jail and the dude touches your pee-pee, you're going to be like, oh, God, well, all he did was touch my dick. I got off easy. But if he takes your booty and makes you and sodomizes you in your mouth and your butt, well, you just got raped, mister. And that's way worse than him touching your pee-pee. So when it happens to you, unfortunately, as a child by a pedophile, and it can be man or woman. Unfortunately, men do the worst because they have more power. They're more powerful. But men are victims as well, or boys are victims by women as well. But it's mostly men. So when boys get raped or girls get raped, like I said, the third way is they become gay because they have a traumatic experience from getting raped, and they don't ever want to have sex again, or they go towards the same sex. So it kind of defeats the whole stigma of people being born gay, because when you think about a gay baby, a gay baby, when you think about the possibility of a gay baby, no, that would be fucking hilarious. First of all, that would be fucking hilarious. But when you think about babies, they don't even fucking have sexual hormones develop yet. So that shit doesn't even make sense that they would, even have like any sexual want. Like, they don't. Kids don't give a fuck about sex. That's why they don't give a fuck about gay people. They don't care what you do. They don't know what you do in the closet. They don't care. So it also proves my point that the kid Edwin, and there's many gay people out there that had the same exact experience, or they got raped, and not in return, but in turn they became extra feminine, a little bit more feminine than they was going to start off. And it really sucks because, they can grow up and be whoever the fuck they want to be, but it's like they have their innocence stolen from them. And then they go into a world that shames them for being who they are. And I hate that, because they were forced to be that way. And you might say, no, they have a choice. They don't have to be gay. But it's like, it's like you going to prison and you getting raped several times, and most kids that get raped is either by their uncle, somebody in their family, a stranger, or a babysitter or some shit, some fucked up person. And it's like, when you get raped in prison several times, the reason why you become gay is because, kind of having sex with person. You're getting raped, But after the third or fourth time, unfortunately, dog, you're gonna get used to it. And if you get used to it, probably gonna like it. And that's very uncomfortable for me to say as a straight male, but all the gay guys are like, yeah, that's exactly what happens. Like, yeah, you basically explained how people become gay. They get fucked and then they end up liking it. And they don't want to stop, So all my gay brothers and sisters out there, it's like, it's like when I see lesbians, there's two reasons how I can look at it. It's women that are playing, some women that have shitty relationships with men that just fuck them and leave them and never call them again. It was like the 16th time that it happened. And then they want to go across the street to the women and think that the women are going to treat them nicer. And they don't. 9 times out of 10, they don't. And then I see the other side where it's like girls got raped. And they end up becoming gay because they had a traumatic experience. And they never want to look at another dick again. And it seems like the opposite happens with men. Most of the time, they end up fucking other dudes because they end up liking dick because they got fucked in the ass. And it's like, I don't know what to say. It's like, can you blame them? It's like, if I could talk from a gay dude's perspective, I'm completely straight, but if I could talk from a gay dude's perspective, maybe the dick was a little better than they thought it was gonna be. You know, you know. So that sounds extremely gay, but I really don't care because I'm straight and I'm a man and I can talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And if it makes you uncomfortable, you would have stopped listening already. And for all the gay dudes that are out there listening to this, I thank you for listening. I'm not gonna fuck you. This is not an invitation, for you to convert me. I'm just trying to tell some truth that doesn't get spoken up about. The reason why males and females become gay is because they got raped, or they have a sexual experience at camp or college that they enjoyed, and they don't feel no problem about it. And this is a conversation about masculinity as well. I'm a straight male, but I do have gay thoughts that I hide and I'm afraid of. And I'm not afraid of saying that. But I'm not afraid of saying that some men are fucking handsome. All those men in Hollywood, you think I didn't have a gay thought about? Nah, I ain't gonna finish that sentence. But anyway, it wasn't fucking them though. Let's clarify. It wasn't fucking them. But it's just like I said. It's like straight men have to deal with I can't look at you for too long, nigga, because you fucking attractive. And it's annoying because I'm straight. If you're a gay dude, you can you can do whatever the fuck you want to. You can say whatever you want to say. But if you're straight, it's like, ugh. But it's like lesbians, I don't really give a fuck because you don't like dick, so you're basically irrelevant to me. But I respect all of the, what y'all do, like Cat Williams say, maybe we all eat some pussy tonight, I'm just saying, but I could give a fuck less, and you can give a fuck less about straight males, because a lot of y'all dykes are out there competing to be like more masculine, and that's fine and all, but just remember, you gotta pull your dick out of the closet or out of the drawer. I don't have it. I gotta pull it out of my drawers. Maybe not as big as your pink or purple dildo that's like 10 to 15 inches. A fucking big ass dragon penis that you're slamming into your girlfriend. I don't give a fuck. I could take a piss outside anywhere. You gotta squat. Or you gotta go find the toilet. So you can get off my dick. I don't give a fuck how many testosterone pills you take. How deep your voice is. How much football you watch. I was born with my dick. And I could give a fuck less about how manly you think you are. So you're not irrelevant. I respect you. But, a lot of lesbians like to go against gay men and straight men. Yeah. For, like, competing for, like butches. I want to be more butch. It's like, I know, fags, they can whoop your ass, and straight males that don't care. And it's usually the ugly dykes that are more chill. The butches are, what do you call them? The stems, they get a little, what you call, not intimidating, but a little, tense, around a masculine man. And by masculine, I mean one that don't have nothing to prove to a bitch or a nigga. So you go ahead, try us, bitch. We're gonna crush you. As soon as you put your hands on us, if you any type of ugly. Anyway, only reason why I said all that is because that's the shit that gay men and straight men have to deal with. That is, unspoken, but needs to be talked about. But anyway, I was talking about attractive males. I feel like you know, gay people get called fags, just like straight people, straight men and gay men both get called fags. Gay men hate getting called fags because it's like the word nigger for gay people. You know, the word bitch for women and the word nigger for black people and the word fag are all the same for each individual. You know, the reason why fag is extremely bad, you know, they give the several definitions, you know, a pile of sticks, you know, that's burdensome. I feel like every definition is wrong, and it's also a slang word in the English, British slang for a cigarette, which basically a fag is a cigarette. Like if somebody asks you, you got a fag, they're asking you for a cigarette. And I got that correlation. Well, what is that fag and that fag? How are they connected? I got the correlation of a fag is a cigarette in the British slang, and a fag is a dude that basically smokes dicks. So one's a cigarette and one's a dick, and both get smoked. So you have your connection there. You can understand. But I think both of those definitions are fucking stupid. Well, the fag, the British one is kind of funny. It makes sense. That's why the other one is kind of stupid. But here's the real reason why the word fag is so bad, and you shouldn't say it, but it's freedom of speech. Just be careful because you don't know what fags have to deal with. You know, they take dick up the ass. You think they can't handle you? That's why I say be careful. Because, you know, every fag isn't the same fag that you think that they are. So, just be careful. Just like every nigger is a nigger, and every bitch ain't the bitch that you need to be calling a bitch. So, we're talking about fags here. Um, and I say that in the most loving, caring way. And I try to not say it. I really do. But sometimes fags are going to be fags. And they know that. And that's why they call each other fags. And they also tell each other, stop being such a fag. And they understand how much it hurts. But just like a bitch calling another bitch a bitch, shut up, bitch. Or me calling another nigga a nigga, shut the fuck up. It's like, fag, shut the fuck up and stop being a fag. You know? And fags understand that. Gay men understand that. They do. But it's still harmful. And here's why. You need to know this. Because once you understand, just get it. It's like, hey, chill out. You know what I'm saying? We deal with racism. We deal with misogyny. We're going to deal with this, let's call it gay cis term. It's a gay cis term. Here's why the word fag is so extremely, horrendously bad. It's horrible because, like I said, whatever pedophile that decided to rape them as a kid or, you know, in jail, I'm extremely afraid of going to jail. That's why I don't want to get raped. After they get raped, they're sitting there in searing pain because their asshole has just been torn. I don't even want to know how much that hurts. You can ask your local gay person if you want to. Just ask them how much did it hurt the first time they got their ass popped open. First anal rape. Go ahead and ask them. I don't want to know. I don't. So, but this on serious tone, after they get raped, the person, their father, their babysitter, whoever raped them, basically says, clean yourself up, faggot. You know, you're looking like a fag. You know, and it's so horrible because, you know, if you got raped, you just got raped. Like you're in the weakest position that you possibly could be in. If you're a male, you had your manhood taken away from you. Not necessarily, you're still a man, but you know, you had your manhood taken away from you. Especially as a kid. And I can't understand it truly because that hasn't happened to me, but I can understand it in terms of talking about it and explaining it. So that person that raped them calls him a fag, tells him to clean him up, stop acting like a wimp, like a fag, after they just raped them. And it's such an evil thing. It really is. Because I don't know what it feels like to rape or get raped by a person. But you feel so helpless afterwards. If you got raped, you feel so helpless afterwards. It's like somebody shooting you and then saying, stop crying or clean yourself up. Go find you some tissue. Stop the bleeding after they just shot you in your chest or your stomach or your dick. Stop screaming, fag. That's horrible. And that's pretty much the only way that I can explain it, because that happens constantly over and over and over again. They get reminded of the most horrible experience in the most horrible way. Not the fact that they got raped and it was a horrible experience and nobody was there to help them in that situation. They get reminded by somebody basically telling them that they're weak and they're worthless and they're worth nothing. And they need to stop crying and stop being so worthless after something so horrible. I can't even imagine it. That's why it's like, it's baffling. It's mind-boggling. It's sickening. I can't, as a black dude, I can't really compare it. I mean, there are many black people that are gay and got raped, and that's how they became gay. But I can't think of a word that basically, because we have a word, the word nigger basically says that you're a stupid, ignorant person. But there's no word that says, that basically encompass the whole slavery, right? And basically says, stop being a nigger for all of the shit that happened to your ancestors or it happens to you. Like, they call you a nigger because they want to be ignorant, but they don't call you a nigger to be like, oh, chill out, slavery wasn't that bad. You get what I'm saying? So when you call somebody a fag, it's like you're calling them and telling them that they're weak after they just got raped and they're worthless. You get what I'm saying? And that's what they get reminded by every single fucking day. So that's why I say, just, you have to learn, you have to understand what it truly means. Because I gave you two definitions. I gave you the definition of the cigarette, and I gave you the old definition of, it's basically a woman carrying a bundle of sticks. And that bundle is, the fag is basically the bundle of sticks that's burdensome to woman. And it's supposed to be a connection between the woman carrying the bundle of sticks or the effeminate gay guy carrying the bundle of sticks. But it's just stupid. The real one, and I'm a straight male, and I'm saying this, the real one is basically a dude got raped and demeaning him to that moment, which is basically where he was raped and he was helpless and nobody helped him and he didn't know what he was going to do. And he was just helpless. It's like you just got mugged or stabbed or shot. And somebody telling you, hey, it's not that bad. Or, hey, chill out. You're acting like a fag. Can you imagine if you got shot in your stomach and somebody told you, chill out, stop being a fag? You would want to kill somebody. You would want to slice their fucking neck open. I know I would. I know I fucking would. So that's the comparison. That's what it is. That's exactly what the fuck it is. When you call somebody a fag, you're shooting them in their stomach and telling them to calm down. So that's why I say don't say it at all. You know, unless they're being a fag. If they're being a fag, that's different. And I don't mean being a fag in terms of being gay. I mean being faggy. Shut up, faggot. Like when I was a kid, I used to say it all the time. It had nothing to do with sucking dick. Shut up, faggot. Stop being a fag. You're being a whiny fucking fag. I said it to girls. I said it to guys. I said it to kids. I said it to teens. I said it to grandmas. I said it to anybody. I didn't give a fuck. If you were being a faggot, I'm gonna call you a faggot. Faggot. So gay guys can't run away from that. Nobody can run away from that. I'll call you a faggot. I don't care. But it's a difference. You gotta know the difference. And you gotta know the reasoning behind the word. Not the rumors, not the Wikipedia definition, the fucking truth. And that's why I'm here to give you the truth. Seriously. Because nobody else is talking about this. Who the fuck is saying shit like this? Have you heard about it? I haven't. That's why I'm talking about it. So, the word fag, in my opinion, is worse than nigger. It's a billion times worse than bitch. Bitch is like you being a bitch. Bitch is that's like fuck. Fuck and bitch are in the same category. Shut the fuck up. Please get the fuck out of my face. Bitch. You know, and it is, I understand, it's a shutdown mechanism for women. But it's not the 1930s. Y'all not getting slapped in y'all face. A man is scared to hit a woman. You know why? Because he'll go to jail for the rest of his life for lifting a finger, for grabbing her arm. All these fucking rape allegations and shit. You think a man wants to put a hand on a woman? Yeah, maybe a drunken asshole. But 99% of the men, they ain't gonna do shit. Unless they got hit first. And by first, I mean 15 times in a row. Like Chris Brown got hit 15 times in a row by Rihanna. And he had to do something. You know, they ain't gonna cover that. No, that ain't happen. Rihanna's a bitch. If you don't know that by now, you're fucking retarded. Or you haven't met a bitch like Rihanna. That bitch is Caribbean, Jamaican, Trinidadian, whatever the fuck she is. If you know Jamaican women, they love to talk loud, and she's black. I'm not saying that much. I'm black. You think I don't know black women? I know black women like I know my ball sacks are black. They loud, they're rambunctious, and they will get in your face and spit on you and talk shit and hit you in your head and be all types of disrespectful. Okay? Chris is from VA. Dealing with, you know, bloody clot, blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to be racist. That's pretty, but that's women in general. So, the word bitch is a shutdown mechanism. It is. That's exactly what it is. But it's a good one when you're being a bitch. See, the word nigga, I gotta talk about it because I'm black. And we're talking about the three words. There's three forbidden words, if you will. I don't like white people saying it. I don't like anybody saying it but black people. And the reason why, I know you want to say it because it's cool. No. The reason why I don't like anybody saying it is because it's like the other side of it. When a fag calls another fag a fag, it's not seen as that. The reason why is because they've been through the same thing. When a bitch calls another bitch a bitch, you can't. The shutdown mechanism is not the same. It's like, bitch, shut up, bitch. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's the interaction. When a nigga says nigga, even if he says nigger, it's like, nigga, please. The nigga is never going to get to that. Now, as much as I love Hispanic people, because Hispanic people and black people, specifically black people and Puerto Rican people, Extremely close. Mexican people, we're extremely close. But they have their own culture. White people have their own culture. Asian people have their own culture. Everybody has their own culture. But the specific thing about white people, the reason why I don't like white people saying it, is because when white people get mad, don't matter if they're European, British, American, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. The reason why it doesn't matter is basically because when white people say nigga, they got to learn how to say it. First of all, every other race has to learn how to say it. Unless they were born and raised listening to rap music and they get it. They got it. It's good. That's cool. But when white people get mad, when any other race, they can get mad. They can do the same thing. When white people get mad, they get real comfortable with the letters E and R. Now, the cool word is nigga. When white people get mad, irritated, or when they get threatened, because black people are kind of scary. They are. I'll admit that. I'm black. If I'm walking down the road and I see a group of niggas, you think I ain't gonna be a little, I am. And that's just life. It's been like that for thousands of years. We're not changing a fucking thing. Because when I see somebody midnight blacker than the fucking black shirt I'm wearing right now, nigga, what you think I'm thinking? Oh, shit. It's kind of scary. Every race does that. We can't change that. But here's the thing. And I don't mean to single white people out because I know the statistics. Okay? I'm a very smart man. I'm not stupid. Less than 5% of white people in America even had ancestors that owned slaves. Less than 5%. White people are the majority, and less than 5% actually had ancestors that owned slaves. Why the fuck are they feeling guilty? Why the fuck are white people feeling guilty? I don't know. I don't fucking know. But that just proves to you this whole racism bullshit is just dumb. It's retarded. But even though they didn't own slaves, it doesn't mean that their ancestors wasn't racist. But it was kind of popular to be racist back then. Because if you weren't racist and you lived in the South, or you lived in the wrong part of the North, because I'm from the North, and I live in a state that had slavery, and it was hard slavery with the lynching and the burning and the hanging of the neck, all that, you know. And the white people that lived here back in, I don't know, 1700s, when slavery was, you know, popping, it was on and popping. Slavery was the new smartphone, the iPhone X. Get your nigga on sale today for Black Friday, the real Black Friday. You know. Now everybody was participating in buying because nigga, you know, white people couldn't afford niggas. Niggas was kind of expensive. It's just fucked up, but it's true. They was. It was kind of expensive to own a nigga. It was usually the people that owned a fuck ton of land, plantations, that owned niggas. But they also owned white people. You know what they called those white people? Rednecks. Know where that term came from? White people being outside, getting their ass beat, just like niggas. Just like niggas. No different. No difference at all. They worked all day, got their ass beat, and, you know, they fucked up, they got killed. Just like niggas. Probably quicker than niggas. I don't know. I don't know the statistics on that. But the term redneck came from them being outside all day, all day, from sun to sundown, sun up to sundown, to the point where their whole back of their necks were red. The term redneck. Now we call rednecks country music stars. It's pretty fucked up. Nobody knows the story. When you know the story, then you can talk shit. So, like I said, even though white people weren't participating because they couldn't afford a nigga to call him a nigga and do some work, nigga, and pick that cotton, nigger, actually. It's not a nigga. It wasn't a friendly thing back then. But basically, nigga. Oh my God. They still were racist because it was popular. And if you weren't racist, other white people would either beat your ass, burn your house down, or kick you out of their fucking town if you weren't racist. It's like Seth MacFarlane. Could you imagine him if you ever saw the movie 1,000 Days in the West? Imagine him during slavery times. You know, Seth MacFarlane's like the nerdiest, geekiest dude, the smartest motherfucking millionaire. That's funny. Did you know he wrote for Johnny Bravo? Yeah, he's been in the business longer than you know. Wrote one of the best Cartoon Network shows, period. Johnny Bravo. Amazing. Seth MacFarlane. Worth $100 million, by the way. Could you imagine him being a slave owner? Me neither. I think he's way too smart for that. I don't think he has the conscience to own a nigger. I had to say nigger again because it's context here. But I could see him just having to blend in with all the other racist, idiot white people. I mean, see, this is why I understand white people. It's because they still, in this day and age, 2018, still have racist cousins that they basically have to fake like they like them. And they, say the same shit. I can't believe these black people today. I can't believe these niggers today taking up all the jobs. And they just have to sit there and nod their head but not say anything. And there are some other white people that just like, no, they're completely against it. But when you're surrounded by, other stupid cousins around the table eating turkey on Thanksgiving, it's kind of hard to speak your piece. So I don't have any honestly, I don't have any animosity towards white people. I just don't want you to say nigga, cause you get comfortable, nigga. When y'all start saying nigga, y'all get real comfortable around niggas. Y'all start thinking that y'all one of us. Y'all not, cause y'all don't understand. And the white people that do understand, the white people to be studying African American history and studying Africa, got a doctorate in African American studies. And y'all think that y'all know niggas better than niggas do? And y'all probably do, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all probably do. They understand why they can't say nigga. They understand what it is. So I need you, the white people, to understand that ain't a word for y'all. Just like fag ain't a word for, anybody but fags. But bitch is a word for everybody. That's a word for everybody. These bitches need to, they need to be shut the fuck up. They got too much power already. All these fucking feminazis, 30 years old with colored hair, no dick in sight. They haven't had dick in decades. Just yelling and screaming because they think it's powerful and sexy and they can just control a man. And every word that comes out of their mouth is basically dick repellent. And they think that's the way to success. They want all the power. And they call it equality. But they already have equality. They just want power. And they want men to do everything for them. Open doors, pay for their food, pay for everything. Fix their house, every fucking thing. While they sit and get fat. And they want every man to basically tell them that they're beautiful and there's nothing wrong with them. Their pussy don't stink. No. It smells like flowers. Smells like Febreze. No. 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 So I covered a lot of topics today. I really want to cover one more topic, though, since I talked about a lot. I'm a straight male, as I said several times over this recording. I have to, because I said a lot of gay shit. It has to even it out. Even though I said a lot of good shit that was gay. And I explained a lot of gay, good gay shit. I don't know. I should have a couple high fives from gay dudes, because there ain't no straight men talking about this shit. Because they don't know and they're too scared. You know why? Because they scared to say gay shit because they think it's going